back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing another set of hairstyles meant for short hair. This time around, my hair is closer to shoulder length, but of course, all of these styles can pretty much be used for any length of hair. Probably up to about the chin or so. So if you have hair that's shorter than mine, don't worry, you can probably incorporate these styles into your day-to-day looks. Before we get started, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below, and while you're down there, give this video a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see a few easy going styles for summer on short hair, then just keep on watching. So this first look, I'm starting with my hair already waved. If you'd like to see how I achieve this wave, I will link the videos down below and put them somewhere up in the cards, but I'm starting with a really hard part. You're going to want to part your hair pretty far over like this, and then you're going to be taking 3 sections of your hair. I'm starting with the first section, and I'm twisting it within itself. So you'll see I twist along the part of my hair. Again, none of this has to be super clean or neat. It's all up to you. I feel like summer styles are really effortless and sort of messy. So I'm twisting this all the way back, pretty much almost towards the back quarter of my head. And then I'm going to be taking 2 bobby pins and interlocking them within each other to keep that nicely in place. Next, I'm going to do the second section you can see, and again, I'm going to be twisting it in itself until we reach as far back as the first twist was. And you'll only really need 1 bobby pin for this. You should be able to interlock it within the first 2 you did, and same with the last section. You'll just interlock that, bobby pinning it up towards the rest of it, and then you'll replace your hair over and part it nicely, and there you have it. You can add some hairspray to make sure everything stays in place, but it's just sort of a grungy, chic little hairstyle, maybe a little bit dressier, great for going out, and it's super easy and quick to do. Next, we're going to start with a close to center part as you want. I don't like to do mine totally in the center. I feel like it just doesn't flatter me, so it's just a little bit over from a center part. But I'm taking a big chunk of my hair starting in the back section, and I'm just doing a simple braid. So I'm taking about 2 to 3 inches of my hair and braiding it nicely into itself, and we're going to go all the way down to the bottom of the hair, leaving out maybe just a tiny bit of the hair towards the end. You're going to need bobby pins and rubber bands for this. I recommend doing a clear rubber band. Now you're going to put the rubber band towards the end, and I like to lift up a section of my hair so that I can tuck the braid underneath of it and sort of just hide that area. And before I do that, I sort of pull on the braid to make it look bigger and fuller and thicker. That really helps for girls with the fine hair, but even if you have thicker hair, it works too. So I'm just sort of pulling the braid, loosening it up, making it look thicker. And then once I feel like it is thick enough, that's when we will go back and tuck the braid under a piece of hair. And you'll probably want to do maybe like 1 or 2 bobby pins, sort of crisscrossing them to really lock in that braid and make sure it stays. Now I'm taking the front portion of my hair and also braiding that as well. So we're basically creating a double braid effect. So you can just see I'm doing the same exact thing, braiding it all the way down, adding a rubber band to keep it closed, and then we're going to pull on the braid to make it look thicker. You can see it makes a world of a difference when you pull on it to make the braid look thicker and fuller. And we're going to do the same exact thing, just pin it right into the same section that we did our first braid, and just sort of move our hair to cover the bobby pins. And then I'm going to move on to the same thing on the next side, starting at about the same area as I did the opposite side of my head, doing the same thing, doing a quick braid all the way down to the ends, and adding a rubber band to keep it closed, and then of course pulling it apart and pinning it back and hiding it under some tucked hair. You can also add as little or as much hair as you want for this. I wanted like a thicker looking braid, as good as I could get it. But you could always add more or less, just really depends on how much hair you have. And I'm doing the same thing with the first section of my hair as well. Same thing with the other side, braiding it all the way down, adding a rubber band, pulling it apart and pinning it next to that braid we previously did. So basically what this does is adds just like a really cool boho wavy hairstyle, really great for the beach or really any summer days. You can make yours more clean than yours, more messy than mine. It's really up to you, but this is the finished product. Next, we're also starting with a center part, or as close to center as we want. What I'm doing is just sort of taking a section of my hair and basically making a rectangle shape out of this. So I'm trying to make it as clean as possible, but again, it doesn't have to be super clean cut. I like a messier hairstyle in the summertime. So with that section I just took, I'm going to split it in half. Now this next step is completely optional to you, because if you don't have this next product, it's totally fine, but I did this because I wanted to add more volume. So what I did was I split the section in half like you can see, and then I'm going to add 2 1-inch wefts of hair into this little top section to add more volume and to thicken up that section of my hair. Again, if you don't have these, it's totally okay. You don't have to have these. But I just wanted a thicker bun. As you'll see, I'm going to be doing a little updo type of bun on the top of my head, kind of like a top knot. So once those are both clipped in there, I am going to kind of just square off the rest of that top section, kind of like a little mohawk section, if you will. And once that's all kind of squared off, I'm just going to take a clear rubber band and create a little ponytail at the top of my head. Once that ponytail is in, I just sort of pull at that little mohawk section to make it fluffier, and then I'm just going to start making a top knot by swiveling around the hair around that ponytail. Because I have short hair, and I'm assuming like most of you guys have short hair, we do have those little pokey hairs that stick out. So take some time, put some bobby pins, slide the bobby pins into the bun, and just sort of make sure everything stays and is the shape that you're looking for. And then you kind of adjust everything, add some hairspray, and that should be it. You should be set, and that is what the finished product looks like. This next look is a great updo for bohemian days, beach days, or really cool casual weddings. So again, I'm doing a center part. This one I do want to make a little bit more clean cut than the others. But what I'm going to be doing is basically doing a French braid all the way from the front of my head to the center of the back of my head on each side. So I'm going to be starting with a braid. What I did first was just do 2 rounds of the braid without adding any extra hair. And once I did 2 rounds of that, I started adding in extra hair. You can make this as messy or as clean as you want. I was just sort of going with the flow and kind of adding in hair however I wanted. But yeah, you'll see me just basically add hair in every time like a French braid, but we're going to make sure it's angled towards the back of our head so it's more rounded. And because I have short hair, I am going to be braiding pretty much as far down as possible as I can. I know with short hair it's really hard to do French braids, but you will see what we do with this in a minute. So now I'm getting towards the end, and this is where I'm going to add my rubber band. And because my hair is so short, you can see it sticks out like Pippi Longstockings, hey? But yeah, so we're just gonna leave that be. You'll see what happens. So now I'm gonna do the second side of my head, and this should go a bit quicker. But yeah, same thing, gonna be doing a French braid all the way down towards the back of my head. And then I'll be adding a rubber band, creating the little pigtails, trying to go as far down as I can without it starting to get like messy and some of the hairs to poke out. This also is a lot easier for me because my hair is basically all one length. If you do have layers, this might be a little bit more difficult for you. So just something to note, if you do try this and you have layered hair or bangs or something, you will see that it is going to end up probably a little bit different and a little messier for you, but that's all what boho is about. Now, once all the pigtails are in, I'm just pulling apart the braids to make them a bit looser, look a little fuller, look a little bigger. And then what I'm going to do is take some bobby pins and basically wrap the ends of the hair within each other, just to kind of finish it off and make it look like one solid braid going around my head. I know it's really hard with short hair, and it might be a bit obvious, but if you just kind of intertwine them and pin them together, it'll work out and you'll look like a little boho goddess. Then what I do is just take little pieces of the hair to have some flyaways, little wispies, just to make it look a little bit more romantic. So I just kind of pull them out wherever you're most comfortable. And that's it. You can do some hairspray and you are done. So that is what that looks like. Really beautiful, great for weddings. This last look, again, I'm going to be parting down my center. This is going to be the most casual of all the looks and the easiest. You probably already even do this, but I wanted to give people some ideas for when you want to put your hair up, but your hair is too short. So I'm just kind of parting it as a half updo, and I'm adding a little ponytail to the back of my hair and just sort of pulling around the hair to give it some more volume. And then I take the end of the ponytail and twist it within itself like a little top knot type in the back of my head. And then once that is all done, I just sort of took some wispies in the front of my hair, did some hairspray, and that is it. Alright guys, so that is it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed these styles. I hope they're easy for you. Please let me know if you like watching videos like this on my channel. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time.